3, 2, 1.
Good Monday morning, everyone, and welcome to KSAT News Now, streaming from the KSAT 12 newsroom. Erica's with me today.
Great way to start the work week. Yeah, it's a good start to the month. It's like the first,
There we go.
August 3rd. October 3rd. Jeez. I need some more coffee.
It has gone by fast, though.
It was a long weekend, but I love this time of year. It's my favorite time of year.
Definitely. Yeah, you start to see some things change. Some people are already out decorating for Halloween and even the fall season. And thank you for the drum roll. I don't know who that was earlier. Was that Dylan?
It's what threw me off. It's what threw me off.
Alyssa.
Like,
all right. Alyssa's hiding behind
the
monitor there. But yeah, always a good Monday. When the Vikings win, just playing.
No, the Cowboys. When the Cowboys win. Nobody cares about the Vikings but you.
I do. So yes, the Cowboys get a big win at home, and we're going to break it down in the only way that we can, the most unique way. No one else can match this. No one else.
Wow, you really set that up, didn't you?
The popularity of this is unheard of. Okay, we're talking about stick figure sports.
This is my first time with you doing stick figure sports, so I'm excited about this.
Yeah, definitely. Also, some other news this morning. You will not have to go very far to see Bob Saget's final film. We'll let you know where that movie is set to premiere.
Yeah, and help is on the way for some four-legged friends in Florida. How our zoo is lending a helping hand to the hard-hit state right now.
Yeah, and that's exactly where we are going to start with the latest there on Hurricane Ian. The death toll rising in the wake of that just powerful storm. Officials say that there are now at least 6 to 8 people that have been confirmed dead following the storm. 61 in Florida, 4 in North Carolina, and then 3 in Cuba.
Now, 5 days after Ian made landfall in Florida, the storm is now threatening to trigger some of the worst flooding in more than a decade in Virginia. Now, the storm blasted through Florida and then pounded the Carolinas, and now the result could be the most significant tidal flooding in Virginia's Hampton Roads region in the last 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, and you just look at these images for anyone that's seen us on the visual platforms here at KSAT.com. I mean, it is unbelievably sad. Devastating, tragic. Homes, businesses underwater really right now, and in fact there are about 600,000 of those homes and businesses across Florida that are still without power today, and again many homes in areas there, roads, highways underwater. I mean, it is really sad to see. Very
and this is something of course we're going to keep updating on as they try to rebuild there. And it's significant because we have our own San Antonio Zoo, CPS, they're all lending a hand.
Yeah, absolutely. So we know that when things like this happen, we tend to send our crews out there. And you mentioned CPS linemen that had gone out to that area to also kind of help out with those efforts. And now we're hearing that the zoo is actually going to be stepping up here as they continue to help out in many ways. So crews with the San Antonio Zoo have headed out to Florida to lend a helping hand as part of the Zoological Disaster Response, Rescue, and Recovery.
Yeah, the Hurricane Support Unit will travel to one of the many areas destroyed by Hurricane Ian, Punta Gorda, Florida. Crews say they plan to respond to the needs of the region's zoos, aquariums, and other facilities housing non-domestic animals.
That's right. So their work will also consist of fixing fences, electrical issues, and also they're sending a welder too to help out with all of these things. As you can just imagine that a lot of those zoos in those areas, those aquariums, things like that, those habitats have just been devastated by this storm.
Yeah, now this isn't the first time the San Antonio Zoo has helped. They sent units to Houston and Victoria after Hurricane Harvey. The San Antonio Zoo is now one of the largest and most experienced deployment units in the United States. And I saw some video over the weekend, I think, and it was one of those crocodile facilities out in Florida that had completely been underwater and destroyed. A lot of the crocodiles had gotten out.
Yeah.
So that's, a scary situation in its own, but like I could see why the zoo and other places go in and help for situations like this because it's just so much need.
Yeah, absolutely. And you think about those are obviously the things when it comes to, I mean, obviously first, human life and the recovery efforts there, but then it's these other things that come up that kind of, get a little bit down the line when you talk about zoos and helping out those habitats there and all just the animals and all the protection areas there that you just want to be able to assist with that. So our San Antonio Zoo stepping up here. I think this is really cool, interesting. I mean, aside from them going, but that they've established this this program here to kind of help out with these other things. I honestly did not know that they had done this for the Houston Aquarium and the Victoria Zoo 4 years ago.
Yeah, and I think they did it for Louisiana as well, and I think that's when they started getting attention, and other zoos and other facilities and crews started helping out with this initiative, and it's something a lot of other zoos do now. But them being kind of the forefront of this is really kudos to them and the San Antonio Zoo for doing that. Yeah,
and one other thing, maybe people asking, well, how are they doing this? How are they getting out there? Apparently they're going out there with gas cards that have been donated by Valero, vehicles provided by the Anseria Auto Group, and also generators provided by other companies here, Holtcat. So there's just a lot that goes into this, and it's good to see them heading out there to help out.
And they will come, they went this weekend, and they will be back by this weekend.
Yeah. Hopefully those are safe travels there for them as well. Okay, so moving on to some other news, some national headlines here. Opening statements start today in a key case involving 5 people charged in the January 6th Capitol riot, and one of them is from Texas. So this is Stuart Rhodes, who is from the Fort Worth area.
Now, they are all part of the Oath Keepers, a far-right group that claims they work to protect the Constitution. But prosecutors say they planned the attack in a seditious manner.
So sedition charges stem from the Civil War era. And this has been very unlikely over the past, extremely rare over the past century, and they carry sentences of up to 20 years in jail.
Now, prosecutors will have to convince the court that the attack on the Capitol was not a spur-of-the-moment riot, but part of a drawn-out plot to stop Biden from entering the White House. Now, this trial is expected to last several weeks, and you're probably wondering, why are there renderings? Well, this is a federal trial, and cameras are most often not allowed in federal court, so you get these kind of renderings.
Yeah, so prosecutors here, another quick note, say they spent several weeks, this group here, amassing weapons, organizing training, and readying armed teams outside Washington to stop President Biden from becoming president. And this is, when you think of sedition, I mean, these are things that you just
don't hear about.
See.
You never hear about these charges. They're hardly ever brought up, but prosecutors believe they have enough in this case to prove that those charges are sedition charges.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how all this plays out. But again, this trial starting today out there with the January 6th riots. So moving on to some entertainment news this morning. Bob Saget, we all know that he's a beloved comedian, and now his final film will actually debut at this year's Austin Film Festival.
Yeah, the actor and comedian died in January at the age of 65. Daniel's Gotta Die is about a man trying to reconnect with his family who would rather kill him for his inheritance. The film's director said Saget really loved this film, and it's very sad he never got a chance to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so this is actually a comedy, even though it sounds a little dark.
I know, dark comedy.
But in classic Bob Saget fashion, he's sometimes was a little crude with his comedy, very much different from the Full House Danny
days,
Tanner. His character there. But I apparently, like you just said right there, he really was glad to be part of this project. And again, a little bit of a darker comedy here, but the festival is going to be running there from October 7th to November 3rd up the road in Austin, Texas. So people,
it's a big film festival, so it's I could see a lot of people taking part in this one, especially since it was his last film.
Yeah, and you just mentioned right there, Austin just, that film festival continues to grow, as with South by Southwest. That's always a pretty big one for films as well. So that's coming out later on this month. And now we are joined by the man, the myth, the legend.
With some good news, with some good weather. It's beautiful mornings lately.
Yes, it is nice. We need some rain, but it's been nice. We can't complain too much about the weather. The temperatures have been so comfortable, especially in the mornings. We want to touch on pollen, though, real quick.
Oh, no.
You want to talk about pigweed?
I want to know why I have allergies this morning.
Okay, well,
it's got to be pigweed's fault.
Let's figure it out. Let's ask the question.
Gosh.
According to the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America, what percentage of Americans have an allergy to ragweed? Not pigweed, but ragweed.
Okay.
Sorry. 6%, 9%, 15%, or 22%?
I feel like this is one of those rare ones.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
like it's not like cedar. Like everybody I feel here has cedar problems or mold problems or Now you're making it. God, I'm horrible at
Mold,
these.
pigweed, ragweed, we're all over the place.
I'm gonna go with C, 15%.
Okay.
Ooh, you know what? I feel like Justin's trying to trick us here, so I'm going to go 22%.
Okay.
Going big. Go big or go
Erica's
home, as they say in
percentage
the ragweed
just
world.
went up. She got it right.
Yes! Finally.
Go.
Wow.
It is 15%. But you know, actually, quite a few people do have ragweed issues, and this is ragweed season. Okay, so mountain cedar I think does kind of take the cake. Tree pollen usually affects the most people, but just below that is ragweed. So it grows in every U.S. state except for Alaska. So good for those Alaskans, man. If you have a ragweed allergy, you may also be allergic, and this is what I did not know. You may also be allergic to bananas, cantaloupe, cucumbers, honeydew, watermelon, white potatoes, zucchini, and or sunflower seeds. So if you were curious. Apparently, if you develop an allergy to ragweed, you can develop an allergy to these things as well.
That's
Man,
so
the white potato got to get a bad rap.
I don't know where that came from.
That's so random.
And some of these feel like they're in the kind of the same family.
Like
but I
the
don't
melon,
know.
but then you just
Yeah.
throw in like sunflower seeds.
I know, right?
Jeez, why you got to take away all of our fun, Justin?
It's not me. It's not me.
the
Don't look at me.
ragweed's fault.
Hey, send a letter to the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America. Direct your emails there. And let's take a look at today's pollen count. Ragweed is in the moderate category. Molds are low. Molds are at 450. Ragweed's at 210. You may be asking, well, that number's bigger than that one. How come ragweed's in moderate and molds are low? And that's because molds and ragweed are measured on different scales, completely different scales. So this is actually a moderate number for ragweed, and it is the thicker ragweed season. It typically lasts until about November, until we get our first big freeze. So just a heads up there. Okay, our big story today. Well, there isn't much of a story, but we have some high clouds coming in from a hurricane. That is Orlene. It made landfall a little bit earlier this morning there on the west coast of Mexico between Mazatlan and Puerto Vallarta. Winds are at 75 miles per hour, gusting to 90. It's moving north-northeast at about 10. So this is weakening as it moves on land, but it's throwing some clouds in our direction. And these high clouds will keep streaming through. It made for a really nice sunrise this morning. Here's the bummer about it all. It doesn't bring us any rain. Just clouds. That's it. So we'll see some off and on clouds the next couple of days. It's those thin high clouds. There are a few rain showers, or it looks like some signals out there in Mexico, but that's probably not even reaching the ground. So we're still staying rain free. Your KSAT 12-hour forecast, we'll call it mostly cloudy with those high clouds drifting across the sky. 84 degrees at 6 o'clock. We'll probably top out at 86 today. And then tonight we fall into the 70s. More great weather. There's really not much to complain about. As I said, mornings stay pretty comfortable. Afternoons aren't bad. We may get a front by the weekend. Not a good front, just like, you know, shaving off a couple degrees. We're still waiting on that first big fall front head our way.
Well, we have the Peanut Festival in Wilson County coming up this weekend.
Oh, you
Mia
sure
will
do.
probably talk about this later, but I'm
Yeah.
sure it'll be nice weather for the parade in the morning on Saturday.
It'll be great. We've put together a string of good weekends here. And, yeah, we'll keep it going.
Thanks,
Mornings
Justin.
have been great. Thank you, Justin.
Yep,
for
you
that
got it.
Great news, man. All right,
You ready, RJ?
let's do this. All right. Never imitated, never duplicated.
Oh,
Stick
my
figures
goodness.
first. Here we go. And obviously, as we mentioned off the top here, we are going to be talking about how about them Dallas
Cowboys.
Cowboys. All right, here we go. I'm going to get our
Are you-
little
are you
pin
gonna-
up here.
are you okay? Can you
We're
get this?
good. Here we go. Yes, got to change this to black real quick. Okay.
You good?
So here we go. Do you want to do this as well?
Yeah, I'm
With me?
gonna.
Okay.
You,
we're gonna
but
do it.
you start.
Okay, here we go. So here we go. We got our man right here, man with the plan. And this is, I'm calling him the Crusher right here, because we're talking about Cooper Rush.
What is he? What is that? What is that supposed
him.
to? Oh, that's a helmet. I was like, what are you
That's a
drawing?
helmet, yes. And this is a football right here. So my man Cooper Rush is now 3-0 as the Cowboys starter this season. He is balling out. But I do have to say, the Cowboys defense, Trayvon Diggs, Micah Parsons, they are balling out. Yes, 4-0 in total. Thank you very much, Kevin. Yeah, since he became the starter last season, he went 1-0. This year, he's 3-0. Okay, and now Erica's adding in.
This
Oh,
would be
you
Dak.
added the cowboy hat too.
Yes, because it's Dak Prescott on the sideline. He's going to be
Yeah.
a little sad about all this because will he have a job
Mm-hmm.
once he is
Yeah,
better and ready
you know
to
what?
play?
I'm trying to say that there might be a little bit of a quarterback controversy. Cowboys fans do not want to hear this, though. They
No,
don't. They
I
think
don't.
Dak is the starter. I don't know.
I still
Cooper
have faith
Rush,
in Dak
3-0,
Prescott.
yes.
I think he's just gotten lucky.
Oh, okay. And then here we have Here, this is a horrible drawing there. This is Mr. C.D. Lamb. How about
Oh, he
that?
finally caught some passes this week. Yay
Yeah,
for
my
C.D.
guy
Lamb.
C.D. Lamb, 100 this week right here. Leads me to fantasy glory. Thank you very much, C.D. Lamb, for that.
I like that
Yeah.
it's a little
lamb. Yeah, there we go.
Wow.
Wanted to also mention, I know this is a bunch of chicken scratch all over the
You want me
place
to
here.
do I need to delete something?
We'll have to figure that out. But Spurs, yes, it is a very sad day for our Spurs here.
Why
I'll
is
just
it
do a quick-
sad?
Because they lost.
It's preseason
It's
though.
preseason, but
What
still,
did you do? What
they
did
are
you
going to be a
expect?
bad team. They're going to
No,
be a very
you're
bad
not.
team.
Okay,
Tears.
you're not a
Look at
true
those are
Spurs fan.
tears.
I have faith.
Those are tears right
I
there.
have
Spurs
faith
fall.
in the Spurs. Whether they win or lose, I will
Yeah.
still cheer them on.
Okay.
But it's preseason. It was like the beginning of preseason. Can you kind of cut them a little slack?
No, they're going to be bad. I have no faith in them. Okay, well, maybe as the season goes along, they'll continue to get better. But Cowboys.
What if they surprise everybody, like they always
hey,
do?
You never know. You never know.
You never know.
They might. I don't know. It'll be an interesting season. Yeah, first preseason
gonna
game,
light
they
my
get
candle
blown out
early this
on
year.
the road. All right, so I'm gonna do this here. This is
You
how
have
we
to-
go.
you gotta take that away.
Here we go. Sorry, we're
there you go.
figuring it out. On the fly.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so Cowboys get a win. You think that Dak is still okay?
I think Dak will be okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think he still has to prove himself.
Okay.
But I think Cooper Rush has gotten a little lucky. The defense is just so strong with the
defense is amazing. Yeah.
Cowboys, and I think they've just gotten a little lucky,
Yeah.
Cooper Rush, because the offense isn't still 100%, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe we see Dak, or maybe they can share the time. I don't know.
Oh,
It'll be
boy.
interesting to
Here we
see
go.
where this goes. It's definitely going
Yeah.
to be some drama in the coming weeks, I feel.
Yeah, they play at the Rams next. Dak says that he will be ready to go for this week, but again, we'll see if they give him another week to fully recover, get that thumb ready to go. But if Cooper Rush wins another game, then I think we have got some problems here. Hey, the Texans lost too. They couldn't even make stick figure sports. That's how bad it's been for our Texans. Go Houston.
Go Houston.
All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap up things
I
for
think we
today.
better wrap it up before Alyssa throws something at us.
Yeah, definitely. We appreciate you guys for being with us. Erica, thank you again.
Thanks for
hanging
having
out.
me. It's been fun.
There we go. Yeah. All right. We will see you guys back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Please make sure to rate, like, and subscribe to the podcast as well. KSAT News Now. Have a good one.
He wears a little cowboy hat sometimes. Dak
He
Prescott.
does. Yeah. I usually draw.